You're listening to Binging the Devil's Fruit, a One Piece manga read-through podcast where sometimes during the binge we take a break, kick back, and put on a movie or TV special. And sometimes we even bring along friends. Hello everybody and welcome to the episode I'm sure many of you have been looking forward to, the next episode of Binging the Devil's Fruit Gaiden, where we talk about the second season of the One Piece live-action Netflix show. I am your host, John Mugiwara Jan, joined as always by my regular Binging the Devil's Fruit co-host, Jab Peanut.
Hey!
And today we have two guests. We have returning guest, my girlfriend, Christine.
Woo! Yay.
And special guest, Prince Luffy.
Hello, hello.
They were on several of the regular episodes, but they were not on our Gaiden discussion because they had not yet watched the live action show. But during a couple of watch parties this past month, we got them to watch the live action show. But before we get into the season 2 discussion, Prince Luffy, I would like to get your overall thoughts on what you experienced with the first season. Like, did it meet your expectations? Did it exceed them? Did it not meet them? Just give me a general sense of what you thought of the first season.
Well, with most live action adaptions, I will admit that I go in with like bars on the ground. So so I will say that it did exceed my expectations, but that's because I didn't have very many. But
the bar was in hell.
Yeah, the bar was in hell, but it managed to actually exceed them a lot. I was impressed. I think that the casting was really great. They managed to like convey a lot of the devil fruit powers in a way that I thought was interesting without becoming like uncanny to the point of like monstrous, like CGI occasionally can be. I was kind of ready for the stretching powers to look a little icky, but they didn't, and I thought I was actually very impressed.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Gum Gum Pistol, I was like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was worried about that too.
They speed ran the story a little bit, but I think that it was still pretty good. I really like a couple of the changes that I saw here and there. A lot of them were, Easter eggs that with the benefit of hindsight, we could kind of, put in here and there. And I kind of enjoyed Garp being introduced like far sooner than his manga counterpart.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten there in the main series of the podcast yet. We're slowly reaching there, but it's unfortunately this show has ruined two big surprises for Austen this podcast.
And I will say that I was very partial to Buggy in the first season. I think his actor is spectacular.
Yeah,
Buggy is brilliant. What they've done with him. Not only did they change, like they changed him, like being like just a general menace who's about to destroy the town. They made it so that he did destroy the town, and now the whole town is like his kidnapped circus audience. And
that was one of the changes I really liked.
Yeah, I love that change, and they amplified how much. I said this in a private chat with a bunch of you guys, but I said, oh my God, I understand why I love Buggy so much. Buggy is the Daffy Duck to Luffy's Bugs Bunny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
It clicked with me the moment I thought that. I'm like, oh my God, he is a much more crass Daffy Duck.
And that makes like so much sense to me. You could even claim maybe he's the Elmer Fudd and he's trying to make it Wabbit season. But like...
It's Luffy season.
It's Luffy season. I also was, I'm really, really into the changes that they made with Sanji. Like, by far and away.
I think we can all agree that I think live action Sanji might be the best version of Sanji, not because like it's because entirely the things that we don't like about Sanji's character are completely absent from the show.
Yeah.
It's the perviness.
He comes off more as like idly flirtatious and not the horrible shonen pervert trope that I just can't stand on any level.
And it sounds like they understood that the general audience wouldn't like that either, which they were right to.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anybody complain about that aspect being gone either. It's like, maybe they were Well, no, you'll forgive the pun here. Maybe they were cooking.
If only Oda would catch on to that.
It's too late. He's already written down what is written down.
Yeah.
There were, and some of the changes, I'm sure you'll agree too, like some of the changes that I wasn't too happy with, they didn't make me mad, but they were making me ask questions. Like the number one being, where's Hachan? They cut him.
Yeah, that I did not like. That made me upset.
Because it didn't make me mad at first. The very first thought that went to my mind is, well, then if they ever reach the Sabaudi archipelago arc, how are they going to address his involvement with that? Because he plays a bigger role later on after Brooke joins.
Yep.
So I'm going to trust the plan because the things they've changed that I've liked, they did change. So is that all that you wanted to say about the first season before we move along to our discussion for the second season?
I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I liked or disliked in particular. I thought it was a little strange to have Mary die.
Yeah, that was weird too.
For real.
Like that one was like, what? Why?
Like it's just it's not very One Piece. Because I feel like part of the reason that certain deaths later hit as hard as they do is because they're essentially like the first real ones in the series.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to take away the impact from the ones that I was like, because the whole characters don't die in One Piece. Like that served the purpose for like later ones where they are permanent. It's like, oh shit, this is real. They're actually gone. So
yeah.
it kind of sucks the weight out of that one, I think.
Yeah.
But well, yes, I'm in agreement there. And also Django was missing, but you know what? Django's purpose in the story after Kuro is just to be a simp to Hina. Who cares?
Yeah.
He becomes a great secondary antagonist with Kuro, but he becomes nothing after that. So who gives a shit?
I'm sorry, who are you talking about?
Django the hypnotist.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because they not only do they name drop him and they name drop the island from that second movie short that he was present on, but his poster is somewhere in the show. I forget which episode it was, but he exists. He's just not around. So weird.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
But if that's what everyone that summarizes what we all wanted to say about season 1, let's talk about season 2. So originally in BDF Gaiden, because I didn't know when this was going to come out or where I was going to place it, I made it the sub-series. I want to try something a little different than I did last time, where we did 2 episodes an episode. I want to just do like an overall discussion about the entire season. We'll go through the episodes one by one, but not stay on them as long as we did in the original. We're going to go a little bit by bit. So season 1 adapted seemingly the entire East Blue saga. I was actually curious, like, why did they skip Rogue Town? But they put Rogue Town as the very first episode of this one. Because the season's called Into the Grand Line, and as the name implies, this is their last stop to stock up, and they got to see the birthplace and death place, for lack of a term, for Gold Roger, and we got to meet some more people with devil fruit powers, like Alvida returns. She now has the slip fruit. Captain Smoker is the Marine who has the jurisdiction over Rogue Town or Locktown, whatever they want to call it. They always keep changing it. And he has smoked devil fruit. Yep. And I think this episode was pretty much beat for beat like this was only 5 chapters in the manga, so I had no problem with them condensing it down to 1 episode. The thing that surprised me, but the more I thought about it, didn't surprise me, was the super early introduction of Bartolomeo.
Which, like, in context, I thought that was brilliant, because that was another one of those, like, in hindsight things, because, like, he mentions that, like, there was their paths crossing, him and Luffy at some point, and, like, earlier, and that's when he became, like, his biggest fanboy. And so I think that actually showing that moment was very inspired.
Yeah, because it wasn't even in the manga. I think it was only in an SBS question or to add. It's like when did Bartolomeo's obsession with Luffy start? It's like he saw him survive the events of Logtown. He's been admiring him ever since because he started out as a mob boss in the East Blue. I'm like, well, then just have him be in Roguetown.
Like, yeah, I thought it was brilliant. And like on a mildly separate note, the actor, the costume department went off with Bartolomeo.
Oh yeah, like it's not quite his outfit from the timescape. It's like I think I've seen like him drawn in that outfit in like a color page or something like that. So they went with a different outfit, and also very peculiar. They did not portray him with his devil fruit power that he uses later. So safe to assume he straight up doesn't have it. He just has like a knife, and he just kind of like just stays out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and obviously this is the one where they go to Roguetown, and in addition to meeting Bartolomeo, they stock up on supplies. Zoro gets his extra swords, runs into Tashigi, who they really amp up the autism on her. She is so like swords are her hyperfixation. I thought it was adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's just so cute.
Yeah.
And like what even sold it for me is like when Ippon Matsu's trying to grift on Zoro and trying to make him pay more for shitty swords. He walks in and he's like, oh god damn it, not her. And you also gotta love the wait, that the repairs were 200 Barry last time. Why did they get raised? Inflation's a bitch.
That was great. That was great.
I really appreciated line.
Wait, was that in the manga and stuff?
Hell no.
No.
No, this chapter came out in like 2001. No way.
I love it though.
And like, yeah, I really appreciated. It's not as prevalent in other episodes as it is in this one as it is in other episodes, but they really amplified Zoro and Sanji arguing, and they started planting the seeds of that like as like minute one.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I forgot. In episode 1, they gave us a little sample of some stuff coming to, much later on, when they added the extra scene of Roger and Garp in the prison before they execute him. There are a couple of
that scene. Well,
there are a couple of Easter eggs. So I don't want to spoil it for the people in this call that aren't current, but I'll point out what those extra little things were, not what they mean. When Roger and Garp were laughing, it's like, oh, me beating the piss out of you was my favorite part of it. They're laughing, and all of a sudden, Roger starts coughing very heavily. But remember that one. And also, he name drops a place called the Hero of God Valley. What does that mean, I wonder? Only me and Prince Luffy know.
I mean, and there was one other, which I think that the show is trying to, at least for people who don't know the actual like situation, kind of play it as something of a red herring or like a subterfuge where Roger does mention that he has a son.
Yeah, it's his final request to Garp. He says, I want you to take care of my son. And he's like, well, why are you asking me this? He's like, because I know you'll do it. Yeah. And like Roger is usually like a jovial, happy kind of guy, and he likes to mess around with Garp, but he didn't crack a smile the entire time after he said that. So he was dead serious. And I will point out, this particular scene is in fact in the manga and anime, but they pulled it way earlier than it's supposed to. And knowing the identity of Gold Roger's son, I thought that this was a brilliant red herring to place, especially with the early reveal that Garp is Luffy's grandfather. So it's making you think, could he possibly be talking about Luffy? And I'm going to move on from that conversation before anybody actually asks me. I will tell you this much. The answer is not at all what you're thinking. If you were a Netflix only, you could not predict the answer if you tried.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. Is there anything else that anyone wants to? Oh, we did. Speaking of Buggy, we did get one last bit with him because, of course, in the manga he's in this part, and we don't see him again for a while after this. But
yeah, that
trial scene where he pretended to be his lawyer, I was dying. Funny. I was dying when I first watched that. It's like, as your lawyer, it's like, yeah, he's a little piece of shit. You just want to shove his hat in his mouth and choke him. But does he deserve to die? Yes, and I rest my case.
In the little goddamn barrister wig.
Yeah. He's like, as your lawyer, I suggest you keep your mouth shut. He says, well, his mouth is covered in tape.
I love that Oda approved of that.
There was, of course, one other small little Easter egg towards the end of the episode that longer time fans / readers will have recognized, that also has to do with mysterious characters and parentage. But I thought it was kind of fun that they included that. And I guess we'll see like how that plays out and if they bring some of those things, storylines in sooner.
Yeah, unless they have like a grander plan for how they want to introduce that earlier. When I saw that, I'm like, well, okay, upon first watch, I was like, oh my God, no, they did not do that. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, why are you doing that? That's way too early. There's no, why are you doing that?
I think honestly, it was probably so longer time fans could just, Leonardo
they could Leo DiCaprio point.
At the TV.
And I am, I'll admit that, like I just said, yeah, I did it. I did the Leo point.
Yep.
Even though it was 3 a.m. and no one was in the room with me.
I've done that before.
The meme?
Yeah, the Leo point.
Yeah.
I did that, but there was nobody in the room with me, and it was like 3 a.m. because I waited till they dropped.
Oh, yeah.
There were some cute little additional scenes I liked, where with Usopp leaving a voicemail for the transport. Again, I also love that this show is inventing new aspects of the transponder snail technology that we never considered. Last season they introduced the megaphone.
First season, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Bluetooth.
Yeah, the Bluetooth one they introduced. The megaphone one I thought was really funny. And this one they have voicemail.
Yep.
Megaphone one is going to live in my nightmares forever.
I love the transponder snails. I love that they're Muppets.
And they also technically, I think, because unless I'm misremembering, they kind of introduced the idea of like transponder snail phone booths in that same scene, because I don't really remember any of those being on the original.
Yeah, but maybe after the time skip, they'll get phased out like they are in the real world.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just thought that was also another kind of interesting addition.
I'm surprised they didn't have like a little coin slot for a berry.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't see that. What was
Maybe
some
you
other
just have to feed the snail.
Yeah, just feed him a little piece of lettuce.
Cute.
Was there any other moments from episode 1 that anyone want to bring up and talk about that stuck out to them?
Let me see. Not that I can think of, but that one, I remember in the manga, that one person who started smoker, I don't think we got his name in the manga, but we got his name here in the show, Dragon.
Yeah, you get his name later on. You get it in that scene that they show in a later episode. But yeah, we'll talk more about him in another episode, Austen.
Okay.
Trust me on that one. We will talk a lot about him fairly soon. What about anybody else? I'm trying to think of any other scenes myself that I want to talk about. My favorite one was the lawyer scene.
I'm glad that they included the ice cream scene with Smoker. I thought that was really cute.
Oh, that was way too important. I would have been so mad if they cut that.
It was sweet, and I feel like it gives you a lot of insight into his character, and I'm glad that they cut that.
Yeah, like Smoker's not a bad guy. He's just trying to do his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if he found out about the true evils of the world government, then he would probably stop being a Marine, like right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why he's like so on the bottom of the rung. Because if he was any higher than Garp, then he'd see the real shit he has to put up with. But yeah, I think that's about all I want to say about episode 1. I really did like the choreography on the fights. Still, they really Taz Skylar is really showing his growth. He's a black belt martial artist now, and his fighting has definitely improved over season 1.
Cool.
Good for him.
And there was another Easter egg I saw for a character who we may probably not ever see as one poster when Toshiki and Zoro were fighting. I thought that was interesting. We'll see if we ever see that character. It's going to be a very, 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 very long time if we do. I think that anybody else have anything they want to say about episode 1?
Not really.
I don't have anything. Nah.
But I thought this was a very strong opener to the season.
Absolutely.
So then let's move on to episode 2, the Reverse Mountain / Laboon episode. They really sold how fucking dangerous Reverse Mountain is. I didn't really believe it. I didn't really believe it as well as I did in this, reading the manga or watching anime, but they made this look like a log flume ride from hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, really, really choppy rapids, like the kind that kill people in real life.
Yeah, Dobby
as
says that standard ships won't make it up the Reverse Mountain.
Yeah, because Marines and regular seafaring people use the comm belt, and they have like these sonar things underneath their ships that keep the sea kings that swim in there from coming up.
Yep.
That's why not everyone uses the comm belt instead. But if you don't have that, then you're gonna get eaten by sea kings.
Or in this case, a whale.
Yeah. Well, first, I really thought that the whole sequence of them going up reverse. But I'm glad they didn't spend too much time on it. I would have been really upset if the whole episode was about that. But they paced this pretty well. That they're over the mountain and now they're down, and then they get eaten by a whale.
Yep. Jonah style.
Yep. Big change though I did notice is that Crocus doesn't live inside Laboon this time. He lives on the lighthouse outside, which the lighthouse was always there, but his house is in there.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, which the thing that did disappoint me. I would have loved for them to do it, but I would have loved like the dramatic Sting gag where they're trying to talk to Crocus and ask who he is. I'm sad we didn't get that scene, but they did reference it though when Luffy asked Crocus who he was and how he can help him, because he started listing up names. Crocus, blood type C, Gemini, 71 years old. Like he still did that scene.
Yep.
And speaking like this, the CG team did a good job on Laboon. I was worried that Laboon would be a CG nightmare. No, he actually looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the scars and stuff looked really great. I wasn't like, I wonder if they just didn't want to show him living inside of Laboon because like it being 3D, it would probably seem visually disturbing to see a dude walk in and out of a living whale. But I thought that the whole, like that his whole little character arc, Crocus's like mini arc of, like learning to accept kindness and help, and his whole like, oh, he hates everybody, but no, he actually fucking loves this whale. He loves this whale so much.
And if he doesn't care for this whale, the whale's gonna kill himself because he keeps ramming his head into the red line, which is indestructible.
Yep.
And
like, go ahead.
Why? And then we learn why is he doing this. And this is the big thing that's got ruined for Austen, because he's going to be on this part in about 20 episodes of the main podcast. Laboon is trying to break the red line because he thinks either A, his dear pirate crew friends that he met 50 years ago are trapped behind the red line or trying to meet him, or he's trying to get over to the Grand Line and find them himself. So 50 years ago, when Laboon was just a little baby sperm whale, he befriended the Rumbar Pirates, who are a pirate crew that love music. They basically go around the world hunting for treasure, but the entire time they're singing a very famous sea shanty, which I want everyone in my circle to remember for my wedding, because I want everyone to sing it.
Cute.
Which also means we get an early look at a certain major character, before he decomposes.
Oh god, I just remember someone I saw on Blue Sky about him. There was this one artist I followed, and when she saw the live action person of that certain character, she said, and I quote, "He can look at my pennies any day."
What? Damn it. Because this character
frequently asks to see women's panties.
It's like the first thing he asks women, except when he saw Kami for the first time, he asked her for money.
Yes.
Because he knows she doesn't wear any. This character has a bit of a yo-ho-ho laugh, and he has the voice of an angel, which I think it's a prerequisite for that character that he's playing.
I mean, they called him by name, and I think it's okay if we just.
It's Brooke.
It's Brooke. Yeah, like
future musician of the Straw Hats.
I thought that they did a really good job with Brooke in general.
Same.
The casting was absolutely fantabulous. His singing voice is amazing, and he nails the laugh. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
They couldn't have
Now we have a number to call back when they get to season 8.
And I think that it was really cool that they managed to kind of work that in.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to do because like that detail that this pirate crew was the Rumbar Pirates all along. That detail was already written like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I love the what do you call that? Foresight, hindsight.
The benefit of foresight. We have nearly 30 years of manga to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hindsight, because we're in the rearview mirror. Foresight's like prediction.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're just using it's like if say this book series is being adapted and it's like 25 books long. It's like, well, you can include this other stuff if you want, and I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
And this is where we get introduced to other members of Baroque Works that aren't jobbers, Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday. And I thought the casting for these two was perfect.
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely. Like,
Mr. Nine is considerably prettier than the Mr. Nine of the manga, but I thought he did a fantastic job.
Yeah. And I think the actress who plays Miss Wednesday is perfect.
Yeah.
I think she's the highlight of
great.
this whole season, if you ask me.
I love her so much.
I buddy boy.
I definitely, I liked her in Bridgerton. I am fond of her in this. I think that she is a supreme talent. And I really, really kind of can't wait to see her, like, more of her.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see her companion who is missing from the season. I want to see her duck.
No. Maybe next season.
Well, they confirm in 2 episodes from now, the one we're talking about, that he exists. So he's in Alabasta. So
yeah,
they probably wanted to save the CG budget for Laboon, the giants, the dinosaurs, and also
my baby boy.
Yeah, we'll get to him soon. We'll get to him soon.
Don't worry, Christine.
I know.
So yeah, pretty faithful to how this starts. God, Zoro probably has one of the funniest jokes in this episode. He steals one from Monster House.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right, the uvula.
So it's a girl whale.
So it's a girl whale.
You fucking stole it from Monster House, and I didn't know that until somebody pointed it out to me.
Yeah, that would be me
I
and
never watched
Rudy
that
who
movie.
did, because I watched that movie like once ages ago, like because it was just on, but that joke just got me so bad that I've never forgotten about it. But there was one other big change in this episode that I actually adored.
Yes, I was about to get to this. So in the original manga and anime, Luffy gets Laboon to calm down by punching him. He only punches him once in this one to get his attention. But instead of literally fighting him in a duel, he sings Bing Sprue.
That was beautiful. I absolutely loved it.
I loved that a lot more.
It was fantastic. And he did a special little dance.
Yes, a special little dance that won't matter till like season 17.
Yeah, if the show ever goes that far or whatever. But yeah, it was another little Easter egg that I just thought was really well placed. And I did like, I know that many shonen pro tags are solve things with their fists sort of characters, but I liked the idea of Luffy appealing to a creature who valued music with music.
And that wasn't just an out of nowhere thing either. Like if you remember from season 1 in Luffy's flashback, they're playing that song at the bar.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't out of nowhere. I was like, oh, I love that they're setting this up early. I wonder if they're going to capitalize. And God damn it, they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought this was also, if it's not my favorite episode, it's like this was probably like my second or third favorite episode. This one right here. I really, really like this one. Embodied very much what I loved about One Piece, and have the benefit of foresight introduced one of my favorite characters much earlier than I would have ever expected. And I got to hear them sing the song I want played at my wedding. Yeah, does anybody have anything else they want to add about episode 2?
Not really.
And Crocus. I don't remember this part from the manga, but Crocus does have a photo of Roger.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't think they explicitly say it right away, but he was Roger's doctor on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You could infer that based on his medical expertise. You'll see in like when they expand more on Roger's story, you'll see more of Crocus in like flashbacks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was so. I think this next episode, where I'm sitting right now after watching this show 3 times all the way through, I think episode 3, the Whiskey Peak episode, is my favorite. This was a stellar episode.
Yeah, that was good. I love it.
So this is where
it was very good.
They kidnapped Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday, only to stupidly let them go because they're the Straw Hats. They're kind of dumb, even though they're a little bit smart too. They jump in the water and swim away, and they end up in this town called Whiskey Peak, where it's the first town in the Stop of the Grand Line, and they love pirates. Weird.
They adore them.
They love them. They want to have a party with them. They wanted to have beer with them, eat food, maybe a little something else upstairs.
They were talking about like a parade and shit too, like.
And good God, that saxophone song when they get in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in my head now. It's in my head right this second while we're talking. And they have a grand old time. Party. And again, I also still love that they're pulling the costumes from the color walks. Like Nami's costume actually was from this arc, but Luffy's is from a Shonen Jump cover page. Like I remember like one of Luffy's big debuts on the Shonen Jump magazine cover. He's wearing this baseball jersey.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And I think Netflix is even selling it now too.
Really? They are?
Oh, awesome.
Yes, they are. You can buy it.
Oh, cool.
If Netflix wants to make a ton of money, they should just sell all their outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they do sell Nami's bandana from one of the episodes.
Yeah, they're selling that too.
I almost bought it. Said
You
I bought
should.
the hat.
It would look great on you. It would look good on you.
Yeah.
Aw.
So yeah, so as it goes on, we find out that these pirates. These people don't love pirates. They love getting them drunk and stealing their money and killing them.
Yep.
Because it turns out this entire town is just Baroque works pretending to be at an innocent little town. And the highlight for this episode for me, and I'm pretty sure you guys might agree with this one, maybe you don't, but I have a good feeling. The Zoro versus 100 bounty.
That
was exactly what I was going to bring up.
It just kept going and going and going, but then again, it was.
And then he started counting how many of them there were.
Like I said, it keeps going and going.
There's a couple of go ahead.
Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this episode, they found a way to keep Steven Von Zandt, I think his name is, on the cast. So now Zoro sees hallucinations of
Mihawk, yes.
Mihawk telling him, get good.
Yeah.
Good way to keep him on file for what he has to appear later on.
Another thing I kind of liked was the scene where Sanji was making the drinks. It just looked I don't know. It just looked. He was just great,
and he was like Coyote Ugly, like flipping the bottles around.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was really cool.
I don't know. He just was really cool in that scene.
Yeah, he's been practicing not just martial arts but cooking and bartending.
He wants to be Sanji.
Well, I think he's the best Sanji, so he's mission accomplished.
But I will say that it was like wasn't just like the fight by itself. Like the choreography was fantastic for that scene, but I also really liked there was like the small details of like when they're first fighting, he's only using one sword, and it kind of implies he's not taking it fully seriously. But then when he gets, knocked down and he chooses to like get up again, and he gets knocked down, so he got up again. Oh yeah. So
thank you.
A minor segue. And he pulls out like the second sword just to like emphasize the fact that now he's taking it seriously, and that's when he starts counting.
Yeah, it's the cursed one he bought in episode 1.
Yeah.
And doesn't he eventually rip out the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When he's up against the higher of the rung. And also, I predicted that this is going to be a thing when we first see the Whiskey Peak bar. I'm like, oh, a multi-tiered bar with like a rattling wooden bridge and all these balconies. Yeah, he's going to fight in here.
Yes. And they didn't disappoint.
Oh, no. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the fight choreography director for the show worked on John Wick, and it fucking shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
I think
I
so.
wouldn't
I
be surprised.
I would not be. I think he worked on like the first one. I'd have to look it up later. But yeah,
that makes total sense.
That was the highlight of the show for me. And also, they didn't cut any of the Baroque work stage. But we really thought they were going to cut Miss Monday out, but no, they didn't.
Nope, they
I
kept
really. Go ahead.
Huh?
I was letting you finish.
You were saying something.
No, I was just saying they kept her in. And
Yeah.
she looks amazing.
Yeah,
she did.
They actually got a buff woman to play her.
I just really I liked I liked the guy that they got as Igaram, but I wasn't used to him being so small. That took me a minute.
Yeah, Ikaram is like freakishly tall, so it was like it's weird to see him like regular human size. But you can make that argument about anybody, honestly.
I feel like he's one of the characters where it's really obvious.
Yeah, because that wig is so huge.
Yeah, and he's just like, and he's often with like Vivi and stuff, and she's not particularly large.
Yeah, and they kept his vocal tick where he clears his throat, and he like does like the thing with his voice.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'm happy that they kept is he has his guns in his hair still.
That was freaking hysterical.
He only used it once this time. He used it several times in the manga, but that was fine. As long as I got to see it one time.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, so we do have to go look a little bit back to episode 1 a bit, because this ties into what we're going to talk about next. I did like that they tied back to the first season with, in episode 1, they introduced Miss Valentine and Mr. 5 early, and Miss All Sunday early, because I was like, wait a minute, why the hell are they going to Shellstown? What the hell are they doing? They were going to go retrieve Mr. 7's remains. Or as Mr. 5 put it, Mr. 7, Mr. 3.5.
I forgot about that scene.
So yeah, I thought that was like, why are they doing this? Like, oh, and then we get the actual introduction to Miss Valentine and Mr. 5, right down to his booger power.
That was
No.
Well, like if
I remember
I'm
Rudy being grossed out by that.
if I'm going to be 100% honest, you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to think that power is cool. You're supposed to think it's gross.
Yeah.
And also it's not just his boogers. It's like any like excrement or like part of his body that if he can rip off and throw at you, it's explosive.
The use of excrement makes me immediately jump to him. Like
he could do
explosive piss.
I think somebody
I was thinking
asked Oda
shit like a monkey.
No.
I think Oda did ask if he could do that, and he said yes. He said any part of his body, it's a weapon.
Nasty.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah. There's only like one thing that happened in that like mini arc that I'm like a little afraid of, being like with what happened to Mary. Like is it okay if I mention Igaram's like
well, Austen already knows what the Igaram's full story is. I don't know if Christine wants to know. I don't know, maybe I think she does already, honestly. Like so we're not certain of Igaram's fate in the Netflix show because of what happened with Mary and all that. Because I know Igaram's true fate, like if he's actually gone or not in the manga. I'm wondering if the Netflix is going to keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the manga, he disguised himself as Phoebe to lure Baroque works away from her.
I'm glad they changed that because we don't need any more weird.
Yeah.
It's like, haha, he's cross-dressing. Like, it's not funny. Come on.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was upset about them changing. I'm glad that they didn't include that. I meant more that,
We're not sure if, like, Igaram's fate is decided in this episode.
Yeah. Is he dead for real?
Yeah. The one that change I was sad to see is that we didn't get to see Mr. 13 and Miss Friday take their sketches after they like in the original manga, they don't become wanted by the Baroque Works until Vivi talks about his true identity out loud in public, and they're like, "Oh, it's a cute little sea otter. He can draw. Isn't that nice?" And then they find out he was drawing them for bounty hunter purposes. I was sad to see that part was it, but that doesn't mean we don't see them, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Was there any other moments from the Whiskey Peak moment episode anyone wanted to talk about?
I'm trying to think if there was anything.
I was a little bothered
Jingle
by Usopp falling for one of the twins, wanting to do a little something upstairs. I'm like, dude, you would. How could you do that to Kaya? How dare you?
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
I get Sanji wanting to do it because it's Sanji, but Usopp, no.
Yeah, I was not a big fan of that.
It did lead to a very funny line when Zoro saved them. It's like, "Are you gonna help us, Zoro?" And he hands them one of their knives. Like, "You're good with a knife, aren't you?" It led to that part though, so I'm gonna forgive her a little bit. Just for a little bit. Don't mention it to me again, and all's good.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any moments from episode 3 they want to talk about?
Oh, I really liked the stupid cupcake mobile.
What?
Chekhov's cupcake. Chekhov's cupcake. I'm like, that's going to be used in an action scene.
Please tell me that was in the manga and the show.
It probably was. I just don't remember. It was probably It was probably in the background.
Okay, because this could come on your Luffy. For a second, I thought you said cupcake.
No, that's what your mind wants you to hear.
Yeah. I would probably never say that. But I was obsessed with it. It is stupid Fred Flintstone.
That was the part that killed me. That it's powered by Flintstone technology.
So silly.
And them fucking being tossed out the top. Strippers in the world's worst cake.
It's like, this is going to be used in a stunt. There's no other reason for this to be here.
It's so stupid looking. It's gotta be.
But hey, that could be normal in the One Piece world. The cupcake card, don't question it. Yeah. Like in Rogue Town, they even kept that one guy. He was on one of those tourist bikes. There was a guy whose hair was shaped like a coat hanger.
I saw that.
I saw that guy.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like,
and one of the waiters had broccoli in his hair.
Yeah.
Any other moments from 3 before we move along?
Not that I can think of.
No.
Yeah, I thought this was probably one. If it's not my favorite episodes, it was definitely one of my favorites. So then, so they bring Miss Wednesday along because it turns out she's actually Princess Vivi, the escaped princess of Alabasta.
I love her. I love her actress. I'm going to agree with Luffy. I love her actress.
Yeah.
Yes,
and also,
there's just something about her that I absolutely like because I haven't seen her in anything else. But there's just something about her that I really, really like.
Well, doesn't she have experience playing royalty or nobility? So she brought that here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, she does because she was Edwina and Bridgerton.
If she wasn't, she didn't even really act like if she acted like a regular person around them.
I just miss her goddamn duck.
Yeah, I know.
I do miss the duck.
Ducky.
Well, we'll see you next season, Kuru.
Hopefully.
No, he was mentioned in the next episode that we're going to talk about. So this is where they stop doing one episode per arc. This is where we get to Little Garden, the one of 2 arcs that the 4 Kids dub skipped. Laboon was the other one. They turned him into an iceberg. Yeah, and they skipped Little Garden entirely. So this was the season I was the most curious about how they were going to handle, because I'm like, this is where we see the giants. This is where they have dinosaurs. And also we get to see even more Baroque Works agents. So the dinosaurs, like, they weren't many of them, but they were there just to sell the fact that this was a prehistoric island. So they were there, but they didn't overstay their welcome, thankfully. I was going to be really worried if they were going to be like part of a big thing, but
to give Sanji and Zoro a reason to argue.
Yeah,
That was very entertaining.
Well, yeah, because that was in the manga too, where they were arguing over who killed the T-Rex.
Yeah.
And that was actually where we got confirmation that Karoo does exist. He's just waiting in Alabasta. So we're gonna get Karoo and the spot-billed duck gang.
Yay!
And my God, I think another highlight are the actors. The actors who played Dory and Brogy, especially Dory, or not Brogy, I should say. My God. I remember Luffy was complaining though, because you can get his nose, but not Usopp's.
Yep. I was like, what? They can get his like wild, wacky, huge nose, but they don't want to let my boy have his weird little Pinocchio nose. That makes me sad. I
was watching the One Piece podcast, did an interview with Brendan Sean Murray, who played Brogy, and first of all, he actually is a current fan. He's caught up.
Awesome.
They had him on video call. I'm like, that's not your nose. His nose is not nearly as pronounced. So I'm like, yeah, well, either way, I thought these guys were spectacular. And I was really worried about like that the perspective shots that they would try to do were uncanny. But no, I think they pulled it off.
So do I. And I really loved that they got the laughs, right?
Yeah.
Super important, and they did it so well.
And as speaking of more Easter eggs that they're planning, me and Prince Luffy were pointing at the little wooden figurines that Dory had at his camp when Luffy and Vivi had the Viking funeral for Aegeram.
Mm-hmm.
I was pointing hard at like, well, the funniest one I think was like they had like manga accurate Brogy as one of them, but I was like, oh, that one in the back and then that one on the right. Those are relevant to things happening in the manga right now. Because one of them one of them is what is now an incorrect silhouette of a current character, but I still thought that was funny that they included it. Because when you know that character's origins and like what everybody else in the world knows about him, yeah, you know what? That's fine. Make him look like that.
Yeah.
But the other one was like, oh, he has one of Nika the sun god. What in the hell is that all about?
That was really interesting.
Indeed.
And then we get to our other highlight of the season. David Dastmalchian as Mr. 3. Jesus Christ. Another actual fan in real life, along with him and his son are big One Piece fans. I'm like, when I found that they were casting David Dastmalchian, I'm like, oh, they're serious about like getting this to be a big production. Like this is like a Hollywood actor now. Like not that they didn't have Hollywood actors, but like this is like one of the first big names that I recognized that was cast. I was like, oh shit.
I actually really loved what they did with Mr. 3, that they made him like a bit more like prim, I guess, like prim and proper.
Yeah, prim and proper and obsessed with suffering through art. Like making his victims suffer for his art.
Yeah. Capturing suffering in his art.
Really nice touch too. In his house, he had famous paintings, but like the subjects were covered in wax. Like he had the famous Napoleon on a horse painting. He had the girl with the earring painting, and they were all just covered in wax. I thought that was nice.
I mean, even his transponder steel was covered in wax.
Yeah, I think it was like that in the manga too, if I remember.
Yeah, I think so.
But the interesting change that they went with this time is what they did to Miss Golden Week.
Yeah, that was interesting indeed.
So she was played by the original actress who plays Lydia Dietz in the Beetlejuice musical, and they made her like a creepy horror movies girl. Like,
oh god, she was terrifying.
Yeah,
she comes off more like the girl from Orphan than her manga counterpart.
Yeah, her manga counterpart is an aloof, laid back, is like whatever, I don't care type.
Yeah, but no, here she's Like when she stabbed Luffy with the other end of her paintbrush.
I was half expecting when she painted her face, just like, you are Mrs. Nesbit.
Wait, what?
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
When Buzz was in Sid's sister's bedroom. Don't you get it? I am Mrs. Nesbit.
Oh yeah.
It was him with the dress missing his arm.
Yeah.
And I think the actors like really sold the the color trap powers. Like with Nami got sprayed with like the lazy green. Luffy got hit with almost all of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zoro got hit with laughter yellow, and he was laughing at boner jokes. And so I was just like, "Are you literally 5 years old?" Boner knife. He turned into fucking Beavis and Butthead.
Which I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was fun for him.
Yeah. See, that was one of my biggest nitpicks about season 1. Zoro wasn't as funny. He was a bit too serious. Like, yeah, he could be serious, but you got to counterbalance that with him being funny too.
Yeah.
And I think this season improved on that.
Because part of what makes Zoro funny is the deadpan delivery.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
because like I do, like very very big minor rollback to the previous episode. There is one more thing I forgot to mention. I really love that scene in the bar where Zoro is trying to ask Sanji for another beer, and then Sanji's kind of ignoring him. So like completely straight faced, he like reaches over to grab another beer from behind the bar.
It was a small little thing. I love that too. He's like,
he grabs several
and he drops
and then
them all.
knocks them. Yeah, then knocks them all over, and the entire time his face is just so blasé.
He's like, I didn't drop him. You're crazy. Shut up.
He like just doesn't break that mask, and I just thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I'll willing to bet that was an outtake they left in because it reminded me of what. There's another movie that I'm pretty sure this was an outtake. In the original Guardians of the Galaxy, when Star-Lord's handing over the orb to the Collector, he drops it and then picks it back up. I'm like, I swear that's an outtake that James Gunn left in. So that it reminded me of that scene. I was like, yeah, they left that in because if I were a director, I'm like, no, that's funnier than what I wrote. Put it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, going back to Little Garden. I did like that they added that Dory and Broggy don't actually hate each other. Like this is like an honor thing for them. Like they still love each other like brothers, but they got to do what they must because it's in their culture that they have to duel to the death until there's a winner.
Yep.
Yeah, and
because
like
in the anime they made it seem like they hated each other till the end.
And like how Dory, especially Dory's grief after Rogi's death, but especially since his victory wasn't earned.
Yeah, when he found out that his victory wasn't by interference, he got really upset. Also, you got a little bit of they added a little bit of emotional bit with Dory when he heard Vivi about Igaram's death, and he just proposed having a proper burial for him when she didn't have any part of his body. But she had like his little napkin handkerchief that she had tore with her hair, tied her hair with. I mean,
yeah,
that was a touching scene.
Yeah,
I liked that. I liked the latter half of the episode as well. Technically the next episode, but I feel like we could bunch these two together because they're both Little Garden. But firstly, I was kind of Miss Golden Week's like defeat was also pretty interesting because that's not how it went in the manga.
No, that was nuts. That she got hit with all the paints in the face.
Yeah, and that it revealed that they work on her too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's not just it's not a devil fruit power. It's just like something that works on everybody.
Which I just thought was interesting.
I hope that doesn't mean that she's dead, because then that means the cover story that we're reading right now doesn't happen.
Yeah, the Baroque reunion.
Yeah, because like it's all centered around her helping the other Baroque Works members escape, and then they go and do something else. So
Yeah.
that's not going to happen if she died. I think they just knocked her ass out because she got
Yeah, I think they just knocked her out.
because she just got hit with too many emotions all at once. Well, maybe I just had a thought. Maybe that's how they open season 3 with there's a certain somebody who goes to inspect whether or not little garden's problems were handled. I think that we'll see them again at like the very beginning of season 3.
Oh.
But anyway, I was worried that they were going to keep the spinning candle cake. I'm glad that they kept it.
I kind of liked it.
Love
That was
the
cool.
It's pretty messed up when you think about it. It's like, yeah, this wax is going to sprinkle on you slowly and it's going to slowly harden you.
It looked
I
cool.
guess
yeah,
It
it's
looked
terrifying.
Cool, though.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. It looked
Like-
cool.
Yeah. Oh no. I agree with you. It's like I thought the set piece was awesome and evoked the kind of like traumatic, honestly, quite upsettingly scary thing that this method of death would be.
Yeah, no. No, I didn't. Yeah.
And Zoro going, well, you know what? If I'm going to die doing a cool ass pose.
Yeah.
Defeating Mr. Three's entire purpose for why he like his whole thing is like, I want you to die in suffering. I want your encapsulated expression to capture that. Zoro was going to deprive him of that, even while he still had the yellow paint on him.
Mm-hmm.
And this set of episodes also featured one of the other highlights for me, Sanji's Mr. Prince scene when he goes into Mr. Three's house, and then we got our early glimpse into Mr. Zero.
I love that scene in the manga. First of all, like I always have. It's one of my favorite scenes. It's so stupid, but like I feel like they dialed it up to 11.
He got into a fight with an otter and a vulture,
Yeah, that was. Oh my god.
Yep.
and they were
And it's-
comic accurate.
And it's like, truly to me, there is no comedy. Like, character on hold is starting to like kick, like gets in a battle and two people are kicking the shit out of each other whilst like hold music is playing.
It reminded
so
me
funny.
of one of the only good scenes in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 where Stan Lee is like cleaning up the library and Spider-Man and the Lizard are fighting each other in the background. It reminded me of
Yes.
that scene. But
I love that trope.
The funniest part of that scene for me was what the hold music was. The hold music was literally like insurance agent hold music cover of the second anime opening, Believe by Folder 5.
Yep.
I don't know how they got approval for that because that was so funny. I'm now expecting every Netflix season to have an Easter egg reference to whatever the current opening of that arc was. So they better do something with Hikarie next season. I have to wonder. Maybe they'll have it play in the bar when they first arrive. And what the fuck is the name of the town? The first town, Erumalu. Yeah, Erumalu is the port town. When they first go to the bar, it should be playing on the radio or something like that.
Oh yeah, and also that.
Or no, have it play in Reindeers, the casino. Which we'll get into that, but let's just say one set from season 3 has already been built.
Cool.
But yeah, I thought that whole scene, accompanied by a hold music cover of a Eurobeat J-pop song, was incredible. And sad to say, he probably absolutely killed Miss Friday and Mr. 13. Their role in the cover story is not going to happen because in the manga they're alive. They get arrested by the Marines and they're bribed with food into spilling the locations of the other Little Garden Baroque Works agents that weren't arrested.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with these Little Garden episodes, unless anybody else has anything to add, my biggest gripe is the setup for this next set of episodes, which ends off the season. They don't fucking show it.
Yeah. I was about to point out the same thing.
So Nami gets sick at the end. She starts feeling woozy after a party at the end of the Little Garden arc, and then she falls like comatose. The reason that happens, and honestly, the 4Kids dub's kind of like the same, got the same problem. She gets bitten by like a prehistoric beetle. Like when they escaped the flaming cat wax cake, like Zoro sets it on fire and it burns Nami's shirt. So she has her exposed tummy out, and then like a bug bites her. The reason that this bothers me so much, though, not because it deprived me of Nami with a bikini top again, but the reason why is because in the very first Little Garden episode, you see Usopp getting bitten by a bug. So you filmed that, but you didn't have Nami get bitten. Why did they have Nami get bitten? That would have made sense.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, that little moment should have been one of those things where, like, now you know that she's sick, and so you're like, oh shit, when did that happen? And you went back and rewatched the episode, all of a sudden you're like, oh, it had to be that moment.
Yeah, because like they don't change what caused it, but they don't show you her getting bitten. Unless I'm missing something. I don't think I am. Because we'll get to that when we get to that in the next episode. Does anybody else have anything they want to say about Little Garden before we get to our last batch of episodes about one arc in particular?
Oh wait, I do remember how Usopp managed to how he had his talk with Brogy about how he wishes he can be a brave warrior like him, and he knows he can't outpower Brookwood's, but he was able to outsmart him to get free the other Straw Hats.
Yeah, he uses Miss Valentine's anger to like increase her weight and kick him in the head, but he absorbs the shock to break the cake. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about Brogy's speech to Usopp when he turned out he was alive. It's like being brave doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means being brave means you're afraid, but you go fight anyway because you have something more important than your fear.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy, don't play with it while no.
Good way to replace. It's much needed erasure of John Wayne's version of it because we don't need to look back with John Wayne with reverence anymore. Fuck John Wayne. It's Brogy's speech now.
Yeah.
See? Courage means being afraid and going into battle anyway. So does that anybody else have any thoughts about Little Garden before we move on to the final arc of the season?
The Mr. 3 versus Luffy fight was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah.
I am upset that they got rid of his giant fighting robot. A little bit. I missed his giant fighting robot that Miss Golden Week painted. Which means that we probably won't see a version of it in a later season. That may or may not happen. But I'm disappointed, but it was fun.
Yeah.
The good outweighs the bad in my eyes. So
Agreed.
now comes to the final 3 sets of the episodes where they cover the Drum Island arc. And we start with yet another change. I'm like, wait, what the hell? So apparently in this, Baroque specifically Nico Robin, gives Wapol his devil fruit. That's peculiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that was another thing that what? Yeah, that was another thing that made me go, huh?
Yeah, because I'm like, well, then what the hell's the point of his metal jaw? I thought the metal jaw became because he customized his body because of his fruit. Okay. It does make it so like it doesn't feel like a weird thread not tied to the overall plot. I like that. I'm just like, I'm more scratching my head than I am upset about it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you say so. So then, yeah, Nami's sick and they need to go find a doctor. So they go to Drum Island, which has basically no doctors in it because King Wapol, the person we mentioned before, he fled the country when it was attacked by Blackbeard. Which before Austen will probably go, oh, that's a head callback. No, Blackbeard was mentioned this early back then too.
Oh.
So, but the more I thought about how they're describing Blackbeard's attack, I'm like, yeah, Wapol was right to run.
Yeah.
Knowing what we know about Blackbeard right now, it's like, yeah, I would have run too. But I wouldn't have abandoned my country. I would have like made them run with me.
Yeah.
But Wapol's a cunt, so who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Wapol, the actor who played him did such a good job of making him as despicable as he is in the manga.
Yeah. Just absolutely exquisite.
He's just an absolute asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Like they even kept the scene where he slaps like little baby Vivi in the reverie scene.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, in the manga, like he's like waving his hands around and accidentally smacks her. This time, he does it on purpose.
Yeah, he made it clear that he doesn't give a shit that he just hit a girl.
Oh, he didn't give a shit when he did it by accident either. Because he hated everybody in the reverie because they the reverie scene. We got to see early glimpses of the world leaders that we don't see until the time skip, including President Hamburger.
Well,
President Hamburger.
I still can't believe it.
That's real. I'm serious. That's
110% real.
I know. I still can't believe it though.
And then there's the vampire king of. Is that the king? No, that's not the king of Lulusia. The guy who had the floor at the beginning. He was the king of Lulusia. I forgot what the vampire king was in One Piece.
Can't remember off the top of my head.
I look up vampire One Piece. I get a certain character I can't talk about at all. You know which one I'm talking about too.
I do.
They also had the Mexican king. I was not sure how I feel about that. I'm not.
Same.
No, it was. I didn't like that depiction in the manga. I don't really like it here.
Wait. The vampire guy is the king of Lulusia, or the former king at least.
Oh.
So he was in the live, but there was also the one from there was the other guy. He said he was the king of Lulusia. I don't know. Maybe that was 10 years ago. So maybe there was like a change in regimes at that point. But
yeah,
I did like the touch that Wapple only spoke during the revelry because he was eating way too loud during the deliberation. I don't think that was the case in the original. Oh, and the actress who they got to play young Vivi was also just as incredible.
Yeah.
I hope they keep her for season 3 because I really need to see her get into fist fights with Koza.
Cute.
Oh, and okay, there was a review I saw someone complaining about how some of the designs don't like mash up real well with the rest of the show, and the one design they had a complaint with was Dalton. I'm like, Dalton of all people. Dalton is the most normal looking character in this whole show, and you have a complaint about how he looks? Like I said about 10 minutes ago, there's a guy with a coat hanger hairdo. Then you draw the line at Dalton with his Kazuya Mishima hair. Dalton's the guy who runs Drum Island.
Oh.
While Wapple fled out of the coop.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did look the most normal out of like a lot of them.
Yeah, so then he looks the weirdest when we have coat hanger hair, broccoli hair.
Yeah, like
what are you on?
that's just a wild character to think looks strange at all.
So I'm of mixed feelings about the drum arc. Like it wasn't bad, but some of the changes I wasn't so totally sure I was okay with. Like I did miss the Lapins, although we did get to see one taxidermied on the wall.
Yeah, and it looked terrifying.
Yeah, that made me disappointed. I was like, I would have happily done away with the dinosaurs if you gave me the giant monster counter-reverse rabbits.
Yeah,
especially with the emotional anchor that they have with like Luffy saving the mother of the little baby bunny one.
Mm-hmm.
That was missed. But I thought the set they had and the CG, because like there's no way they actually built a set for the Drum Rockies. I thought that was cool, and I did like that they explained away a little bit Luffy carrying Sanji with his teeth up the mountain. They changed it to he catches him one time and just throws him up. I thought that was a good way to summarize it. And then we get to the big draw of the season.
My baby.
The special little boy.
Oh, yeah.
This was the one thing everyone was worried about when this show got greenlit. And after that trailer, I was like, no, what's everyone worried about? He's fine.
He's adorable.
I'm going to look forward to hearing Christine doing this part.
And Michaela Hoover did such a fantastic job as his voice.
She really did. I really like the design that they went with. I can fully understand.
He's so flirty.
He is indeed very flirty. That like I can understand people being skeptical and worried about it. Like we all saw that first like version of Sonic trailer that they released.
Yeah, I'm still feeling trauma from that.
Like sometimes CGI is worse. And I just I'm glad that he looked so cute.
And he looked very believable. Geez, it was like great.
And we can't not talk about Dr. Chopper without talking about his mentor. My God, Katie Seagal as Correa was incredible.
She did so good.
Mm-hmm.
I was very impressed with Katie Seagal. She really held her own in that role, and sorry to Jamie Lee Curtis for not being able to, be in One Piece, but Katie Seagal really, she fucking devoured it.
Yeah, I'm disappointed we couldn't get Jamie Lee Curtis, because Jamie Lee Curtis not only thought she'd be a perfect fit for Dr. Correa, her favorite character is Chopper. So that would have been perfect for her. But Katie Seagal sold me when she did the witch cackle. When she did the witch cackle, I'm like, okay, we made the right decision.
She did that once in an episode of Futurama too. I knew she could do a witch cackle. The What If episode.
It's been a while, but once I heard, I was like, okay, we're good. She did a great job. She's perfect.
And of course, Dr. Hairlook, who
I personally think Mark Harelik, his actor, his name designated him to this fate. I think Mark Harelik as Dr. Harelik should be up for an Emmy. I thought he played a character with a stupid crosshair hairdo. Played that character with such gravitas and weight. Mm-hmm. I thought he was incredible. He was just as good as Chopper, honestly.
And he put and if you think about what the reality of that filming was probably like, he did not film with a person. So he did all of that essentially by himself. And I think that that's just like a testament to how good he is at his job and how much emotion he can bring to like a scene in exchange, with what was likely just a stand-in for Chopper during the filming.
They did have like a person with like this. They had somebody like kneel all the way down and do like his like little motions. And they had to make eye contact with that person. That's how they did it.
Yeah, that's not totally uncommon. I don't know if sometimes they just use literal like standees. I don't know if you've ever seen the Sonic.
Yeah, the Sonic movies use those. I did see the One Piece show use that sometimes, but like for like complicated motions, they used a person who was like kneeling down.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking of the Sonic ones that are just like heads on sticks, like they've been beheaded.
No, they make full ass statues too.
Oh, I know, but the ones that are just the heads on sticks make me laugh so hard.
Yeah, I can't wait to see those behind the scenes again while they're making Sonic 4 right now.
Mm.
They have to make one for Amy and Metal Sonic. Amy. But yeah, they did Chopper's backstory. Like, the only thing they changed about the Chopper's backstory was where Hero sacrificed himself. He did it instead of outdoors. He did it inside the throne room.
Yeah,
that's the only thing they changed as far as I remember. That
scene still hit though. I was in tears.
Yeah, when he gave that speech.
That speech. I'm serious. I want that on my grave. When does a man die? A man dies when he's forgotten. That speech. He nailed that.
He did.
I wouldn't be surprised if like that line was like the audition line.
It was calling Chopper his son that really got me though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they did change one thing when he first meets Chopper. He's like, look, I'm not carrying any weapons. I'm unharmed. He only stripped down to his underwear this time. In the manga and the anime, he's down to nothing. And even in the anime, he's using his dick as a coat hanger.
Oh God.
Okay.
So I'm glad I didn't think they would go that far. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm glad with that change.
Yeah, I think it was fine. It was just silly without
I was worried, though. I was worried that they still would, though, because if you remember episode 1 of season 1, we see Helmeppo's bare ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which has me wondering if we're going to do a certain famous scene that involves butt cheeks in the anime.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
I know Prince Luffy knows which one. Austen, you will know quite soon which scene I'm talking about.
Oh, boy.
Like, honestly, preferably, I hope they don't change that one, because sometimes, like, I feel like the jokes will translate well to screen, and sometimes I think they just don't. Either because they've become outdated or because certain jokes simply do not work. Things that work in a comic book format do not work in a live action.
But
if that makes any sense.
The one that if we're talking about the same one, they better not change that.
Yeah, I hope they don't.
That needs to be kept intact because it's so fucking funny. And
I
it's
know,
also
it's
important.
great.
Speaking of changes to things indoors, they also made Luffy and Wapple's fight inside too.
That was another weird change.
Kind of took away the majesty of like having the flag be on top of the castle and he shoots it down and Luffy's still holding it. But I thought it still worked.
It was supposed to be outside. I remember that arc when I was watching it on TV ages ago.
My guess is they had 2 issues. One was the snow, and 2 was they built that fucking set and they were going to use it.
I'm willing to bet it was the latter.
I just mean logistically, trying to do it outside with like the snow and stuff would have probably been.
My only gripe with the Wapple fight, it was they took out the best part of it right before Luffy beats him. Like Wapple slims down and he tries to go into his weaponry to find a cannon to finish him off once and for all. And as soon as he's about to light it and put a cannonball in there, he finds there's no weaponry. It's just a bird's nest.
Yeah.
And he makes that face.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, and he makes that face when he realizes, oh shit, I'm fucked, aren't I? Like that, like robbing me of that. Well, you know what? He probably wouldn't be able to pull it off with that Iron Jaw anyway.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed. There was like a couple of, like exquisitely emotional scenes that they added that I kind of liked. Like I really liked. I've always liked the Drum Island arc because it's very, in my personal opinion, Lunami heavy, and I'm glad that they still kind of captured that. But also, I didn't mind the scene with Sanji talking about his mom.
Yeah, that's very important for later.
I thought that was a very interesting, another interesting addition that they brought far earlier that I liked them adding.
I posted the picture of the face Wapple makes when he realizes the face Wapple makes when he realizes he just lost.
Yeah.
That's the I'm boned face. I'm disappointed we didn't get that.
I think that you can only do so much with human facial expressions versus cartoon.
However, I'm going to be very, very sad if a certain facial reaction in potential season 5 doesn't happen.
Oh.
The most important facial expression in all of One Piece. The reaction to I can't beat you because fill in the blank. Austen knows which one I'm talking about. But yeah, I thought what they did with it instead, like they built that beautiful set just to fucking destroy it. It's like, well, that saves the cleanup crew time to destroy this, break this down themselves.
Yeah. Kind of does nothing for your reusability though.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to go. We don't have to go back to that castle anymore, though.
Oh no, I meant of bits and pieces of like lumber and shit, like that they could possibly repurpose. I liked the whole thing with Zoro choosing to help out, like Zoro and Usopp.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that big change. Wapple, instead of fusing Chess and Marimo together to make one stupid, like they weren't actually fused; they were just thinking on his shoulders. They changed it so that Wapple eats his entire army and then turns them into like Power Rangers Monster of the Week monsters. Although they did reference the Chess Mario fusion by having it just be two guys, one guy sticking on the other one's shoulder. So they still kept that sort of.
Yeah, that was their like killer move.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
They did the pirate docking thing.
They Voltroned it.
Yeah, I was worried that they would be like a gruesome thing but then I remembered, oh yeah, the thing with Devil Fruit users, if their power is active while they're conscious, if you knock them out, it turns off. So that when Luffy beat Wapple, the weapon fusion dissipated and then they were fine. I was worried they would turn into like goo, where like the part of their body that was also the weapons would like fuse, but like it just all melted off. So it was fine.
Oh yeah, and that new with the side story they added with Smoker and Ashiki.
So that was like just like a kind of a switch up on something that actually does happen.
Oh,
Because like they do eventually capture Mr. 11. Oh, it's a good thing you brought that up. So where they capture Mr. 11, but like the manga and anime only shows after they capture him. They showed him actually capturing them. First things first, the poor transponder snails. We have to see a half-dead transponder snail. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like gasping for it. Like, if it could talk, it'd be like, please kill me.
Yeah.
but for a second I thought they just sprinkled salt on it or something.
No, it was, well, we know what happened to it. It was attacked by yet another character who has not officially appeared in the manga or anime, Miss Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he was looking fine.
Like Mr. Seven, she does exist, but she was never shown. And I was like, wait a goddamn minute. We already have a baseball-themed Baroque Works agent next season we're going to see. Why are we doing that again? And I found out Miss Thursday is Mr. Four's brother. And I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Four, I'll just say this. Mr. Four has a giant baseball bat. And he attacks people by whacking baseballs at people. It's interesting that they didn't pair him up with his sister, but I guess it is whatever. We did see Smoker kill her, though, which is like Garp told you to take one alive. What are you doing?
Yeah, and he also realized his mistake.
Oh, we didn't talk about that in the earlier episodes where we got to see Garp talking to Smoker about Baroque Works, and Toshigi, while she was snooping, she found out Miss All Sunday's identity because in another edit scene, Miss All Sunday tried to recruit her at the bar because she saw the Marines were holding her down. And now we also got to see Kobe and Helmeppo one more time, and they Prince Luffy and I noticed another nugget that they had where Kobe gave her a little speech about justice isn't about always following orders. It's about following your own code of justice. An important line for next season.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got to mention that. And that was how Smoker and Toshigi got to intercept that they're headed for Alabasta because they have an idea who the identity of Mr. Zero is.
Yep.
Oh, there was another cool little Easter egg in the Chopper flashback. Chopper was singing along to Bokawa Doctor, one of his insert songs on like a CD.
Yeah.
That was a callback. Not only did I not expect, I didn't even know that was a thing until someone pointed it out. So these showrunners would know about One Piece with way more than I do apparently, because I've never heard any of the insert songs. But then, Chopper joins. Okay, I gotta get everybody's opinion. What does everyone think of Heavy Point Chopper? I've seen some people say that he's weird looking.
I wasn't a huge fan of the design. I thought that it was a bit on the creepier side, especially the lips.
Oh,
he's giving Jim Carrey's The Grinch a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah.
It's like just the way that they did the mouth and the lips and stuff is really uncanny.
I think it's just the lips. I think everything else is fine. It's just the lips that are not doing it for me. But yeah, after that, Chopper joins, and now we know where the CG budget's going to go. It's going to go to him.
My
mostly.
baby.
Well, I can think of some other things it's going to go to, but that's a discussion for next time.
Baby.
Yeah, and there was also that one bit where let's see, Kuriha and let's see, what was that guy's name? Shit,
Dalton
talk about the will of the D and how Luffy is similar to Gold D Roger, which confuses Dalton when Korea says that. That
scene was in the manga, dude.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Yep. That's the literal last scene before they leave Drum Island.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
That was where they reveal that Gold Roger's name is not Gold Roger. It's Gold D Roger.
D.
I have bad memory. That's been well established.
Well, that's what that's what me and Luffy are here for. We remember this stuff.
Okay, thanks, guys.
I really liked the scene. Like, I think that the scene at the end of the Drum Island arc was legitimately one of the most visually beautiful scenes.
The cherry blossom snow. That was
God, that was beautiful.
It was just incredibly well done when Korea sends the potion up into the clouds and they turn pink and all the snow is pink, and it was just like, I thought it was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then we got one cute little addition, like in the I think in the anime and the manga at this point, but he also does this pretty frequently. Zoro puts Chopper on his shoulder to calm him down.
I was totally about to mention that. I was going to say, and I really liked that moment where once Chopper breaks down, in part because he realizes, because his stuff was already on the ship, that Kureha was like knew that he was going to go. Even though they had that little argument and stuff, and he starts to cry, and Zoro just like puts him on his shoulder.
And he even had the rumble balls in his bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to mention. I did like the Chopper and Sanji got to do like a team up fight with Chess and Marimo.
Oh yeah, that was also fun.
There was a nice replacement for the Chess Marimo fight, which I'm glad I didn't care to lose that. I think Chess and Marimo are fucking lame.
Oh no, not the keyboard, not the keyboard. No. Don't step on the keyboard, buddy.
Is your cat being a little terror?
I guess Buddy does like Chess and Marimo. He doesn't like their slander.
Yeah, it's one of those like early Chess and Marimo are like very much one of those like early bosses kind of like vibes where they're practically forgettable.
Yeah, they're like the incendiary antagonists in like the first hour of a JRPG. It's like, by the time you get to the end, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then before we get our ending, Tashigi and Smoker set out to Alabasta, and this is where they move the scene where Vivi reveals the real identity of Mr. Zero. Sir Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. And oh my God, Joe Manganiello is as Sir Crocodile. He immediately was nominated for the Serving Cunt Award on Super Award Round. Oh my God. He's got the voice, he's got the look, he's got the swagger. Oh my God, did they hit it out of the park with him? And he only says like a couple of sentences.
And like, to my understanding, Manganiello is also a One Piece fan.
Yes.
And he was very, very excited about this role. He's a big ass nerd. They mentioned him being like really into nerdy stuff on Mythic Quest. He guest starred on that in an episode as himself.
When he was announced as Sir Crocodile, he changed his Twitter bio and profile pic to the scene from the Alabasta arc where he has Luffy on the hook. And he changed his bio to only say, Sashiburi dara, Mugiwara.
Love that for him.
This man is Crocodile. We found the one, and he's going to take center stage next year, and I cannot fucking wait. Austen also pointed out some correctly early drops, Miss All Sunday's real name, and also her bounty.
Robin.
Yeah,
Nico Robin, and that she has a wanted poster with a picture of her when she's 8 years old.
Yes.
Yeah, that just didn't get revealed until later in the manga.
Yep. And the reveal of why she was so fucking young.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
And Austen, literally, guys, before we recorded this episode, Austen just did the Nico Robin flashback. He just did it.
I was absolutely broken. Like, I was genuinely crying.
Which has me wondering, Luffy, do you think Netflix is ballsy enough to put her flashback out in season 3 instead? Since they did that, do you think they might try? Because they don't know if they're going to get more seasons after this.
I don't know. If they do, I hope that they nail it, because it is the most emotionally devastating, makes me sob every fucking time flashback. Possibly in the whole goddamn manga.
For me, just judging on my reaction from the first time, it's second only to Brooks for me. It's not.
Yeah.
It's no disrespect to it. It's like second to Brooks for me. Like when she's okay. Well, I'm not going to talk about it because that's way too. If you're a Netflix only, you don't deserve that shit. Not yet. Not yet. And then the last thing we see before they roll credits, we're getting the banana gators.
Yeah.
Right down to the stupid bananas they have on their head.
Banana gators?
Its tail swiping is what fades to black. It's these giant ass gators that have stupid bananas on their heads.
Are they in the anime?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you please show me what these
The
things look
gators
like?
in pajamas.
Thank you. Oh my god. Core memory unlocked. Thank you, Luffy.
But yeah, while I go look at this, does anybody have any more final thoughts they want to give on the overall?
Well, I think the pacing was better this season compared to last
Agreed.
one.
I agree.
Yeah.
They clearly had an even bigger budget to work with this season, and I think that they put it to pretty good use. And I hope that because you got the stupid bananas.
Oh my god.
Yep, we got to the letter the design.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I was impressed with this season. I thought that they managed to get a lot of content in a small amount of episodes in a way that did not make it feel like it was being like chopped up too much. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought this was a marked improvement over the first season. Like it didn't feel like they were rushing along because I think at this point they knew they were getting a season 3, so they took their time with pacing everything out appropriately. Yeah. I hope that doesn't change with the next season because we don't know if we're going to get season 4 yet. I think at this point they should act like they're going to get season 4 because I think while it didn't debut as strongly as the first one did, it is still doing numbers, and I think it's still in the top 10 right now for most watched things on Netflix. Because K-pop Demon Hunters has had time in the sun, so One Piece gets to rule things for a little while.
Yeah.
But overall, I think this season was the peak of the show for me. The cast has really gotten into their own, getting to know each other. This is the Straw Hats. Well, they're East Blue Straw Hats, fully formed. They really bounce off each other really well, and it's also helped by the fact that they're friends in real life after this production was wrapped. Mm-hmm. The sets were incredible. The choreography was amazing.
Yeah.
Soundtrack,
costuming,
soundtrack. Like, there's not a thing in here I think was just bad. Maybe a couple of CG shots were a little weird, but they were not enough for me to think about them too much. Like, there's one shot of Dalton in his bison form running that I thought was like, okay. But I don't think there's any way that you could have done that. I don't think you could have done that any better with CG. So it's whatever. I don't care as much. This show has way too many highs for me to care so much about the lows. I think if they're allowed to continue and breathe and do this on their own way, we probably will have one of the greatest television shows ever made.
Yeah,
because it's better. I enjoy this way more than I do any Hollywood movie. Because most Hollywood shows are on green screen sets. Scripts are not finished writing until they're in the middle of filming. This is like the antithesis to Hollywood now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does anybody have any final thoughts before we round off?
Nope.
No.
I said everything I can say.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this roundtable discussion of One Piece live action for Binging the Devil's Fruit Gaiden. Thank you guys all so much for listening. And if you want to hear more from us and want to support the podcast, check out patreon.com/superbonusround, where for just $3 a month, not only do you get episodes 1 week earlier before they're supposed to go out, you also get access to our exclusive commentary tracks for our movies and special reviews. The reviews themselves will always be free, but the commentary tracks are exclusive. And as far as where you can see, hear, or see most of us, I'm John. I'm Mugiwara Jam on pretty much every platform except for Mugiwara_Jam instead. I stream on Twitch, although as I'm speaking, I'm currently on a hiatus right now because OBS crashed and lost me all my scenes. And I want to do a rebrand anyway because it's been about a couple of years since I've done one. And Austen, you're also a regular on Super Bonus Round, but you also have your own podcast.
Oh, yes. With my friend Rudy, I'm a co-host on our own podcast, What the F Was That, where we review weird and obscure media. Doesn't matter if it's good, doesn't matter if it's bad. If it's weird and obscure, we're going to watch it.
Yep, and Christine, you're a regular on Super Bonus Round. We're currently trying to finish No Sleep for Kaname Date and Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yep.
And Prince Luffy, how about you? Where can everyone find you?
Well, I'm also a frequent guest on Super Bonus Round at this point.
Yeah, you're on several playthroughs. You're on both our Persona 5 Royal and our Final Fantasy 7 playthroughs.
I am on Blue Sky at Prince Luffy and on YouTube at Prince Luffy 412. I have a couple things in the works right now. My friend Rudy, the same Rudy that Austen mentioned, and I are putting together a horror podcast called Nerds and Nightmares.
Ooh, looking forward to that.
And fun.
First time hearing of this.
Yeah, that's just us kind of nerding out about different horror franchises.
Very
and
nice.
Things like that. And another one that I'm putting into the works for myself, a podcast I'm calling Connective Tissue, where I take media, namely like procedurals, movies based on true crime events, and connect them to specific crimes and talk about those. What inspired them, what they used, what they didn't. Just for my own interests.
Sounds like fun.
That's the first time I've actually heard of that, so I'm looking forward to it. And lastly, the place where you can hear all of us is the annual podcast, the Super Awards Round, where all of us, including Rudy, get together once a year. Well, 6 times a year because of how much we can't stop fucking talking. To take all of the media from the past year, talk about them, blab about them, and give out awards to them based on categories we made the fuck up. I just finished the video versions of the podcast. This will be going out before those out, but you can check out our 2024 episode and our 2025 episodes. The first 4 of them are out right now, but there are 2 more that are done and they're ready to come out. And don't forget to join us for next year, because a lot of this show is going to be nominated on that podcast. I guarantee you. Until then, I've been John Mugiwara JM.
I've been Chad Peanut.
I've been Prince Luffy.
And Katrina Yoko.
And remember, when binging the devil's fruit, make sure you do it slowly. Enjoy it. And if you enjoyed it that much, watch it about 4 more times within the span of 4 weeks. Have a good one, y'all. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for binging the devil's fruit with us today. If you'd like to support the podcast for just $3 a month, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/superbonusround. This gives you exclusive access to episodes 1 week before they go out to the public, and also exclusive access to the commentary tracks for our movies and special reviews. The reviews themselves will always be free to everybody, but the commentary tracks are exclusive. Again, that's patreon.com/superbonusround. Thank you for your support.